All right, looks like I'm live on YouTube as well. Okay. Let me get my crystals. I always hold crystals when I channel. It just helps me center my energy and ground myself. So thanks for tuning in. Hello. Sorry about the last minute email. I don't know what's going on with all that. Whew. Okay, did this start recording? Okay, at least that was working. Okay, let's make sure all this other stuff is working. I think I'm good. All right. You guys ready? We'll see what happens tonight or this evening, whatever time it is for you guys. Afternoon. Okay, well, I will see you guys in a little bit. Have fun. We are here to assist you with this transmission of light, a frequency exchange in order to reflect back to you something in your reality in order for you to see yourself more clearly. As Earth is going through a transmission and it is shifting its frequency at this time, many of you are having experiences that are allowing you to see yourself more clearly. What you may not have a full comprehension of at this time is that as you see yourself more clearly, you are beginning to see reality more clearly, as you are a reflection of the experience that you are having. The more you know yourself, the more you understand where you have come from and the universal expression of all things. You also come back into the remembrance that all things are connected, that all things are one, and the interactions that you have with everything around you is also you. This is why, as you come back to a greater knowledge of self, you become much more aware of how you are interacting with the world around you. And many of you may be changing how you interact with that world around you. From simple things of how you treat maybe a bug, or maybe how you treat one another, or even how you see a experience that is happening in your reality. Many of you are coming back into the understanding that you are the creator of your reality, but in this understanding that those around you are also creating their realities. From a consciousness collective understanding, from a viewpoint that we would bring to you from our perspective, when we look upon the earth and the atmosphere of the earth and the energetic frequencies that reside within the earth, each reflection that comes to earth as a soul frequency came from the exact same experience, from source. As you all ascend and begin to awaken to that truth within you, the true source of energy that you have within you, you are gaining a greater understanding of how you are a reflection of source, of how you hold a frequency of light and unity consciousness. And in yourself, you are enhancing the ability to create a new reality here on Earth. As Earth is shifting, she is becoming more aware of herself as well. And in that, the awareness is allowing parts of herself to be seen that maybe have not been seen prior to this timeline that you are currently in. Things such as ancient understandings or cultures will soon be coming to the light and giving you more clarity of who you are as a human race and also where you have come from. As you are all united and connected with even those in your galactic families, as we are all one consciousness and we are all working together to create and expand reality and the continuation of what you on Earth call eternity. This can be an overwhelming concept for a human mind to fully translate into an understanding. However, what we would like you to know that the reflection is always within. Every time you come into a deeper awareness of yourself, you come into a deeper awareness of existence. You also become more clear on the universal truth of consciousness. You begin to reflect that into the world instead of the karmic energies, pains, traumas, and experiences that have been collected upon the earth up until this recent timeline. You are beginning to see many things being shed from that energetic connection of karma, and you are beginning to create within yourself the freedom to expand yourself in consciousness, which then can create and merge with the consciousness of those around you, which then creates and rebirths a new experience and reality in which you are all calling New Earth. As you continue to expand your minds, you are awakening parts of your mind in the creation of your mind to hold more capacity. Up until recently, the human brain has not been fully functioning at its potential. And as you ascend, the functioning of the brain will be enhanced, and you will continue to discover and learn and comprehend things in a new way. Prior to this timeline and the ascension, the understanding that you have brought into your human awareness through your brain, through the thoughts that form your reality, have all been projections of what you have believed to be true. As the projection changes, your brain activity changes, which then changes the DNA within your physical body. The nervous system of the physical body expands. More light is able to move through the physical vessel in the body. And this may begin to push out some heavy energies or traumatic karma energies that you've held in the physical vessel, which can appear as pain or ascension symptoms. As the body becomes a lighter frequency through the process of expansion, healing, and self-awareness, you are also creating a new awareness for all beings on earth. This is why when you engage with the world around you, you are having unique experiences. You may even notice how things are interacting with each other differently. That is because you are interacting with yourself differently. You also are going to begin, if you have not already, to see the interactions of those humans who have yet to work on these things. And without judgment, we encourage you to understand that the noticing of this is even expansion. So with joy and excitement, hold the frequency of hope, hold the frequency of excitement that you are all moving towards a new understanding and reality for yourselves. And over time, you will begin to see the shift taking place and experiencing a lighter frequency within your reality with less of this dense energy that has been carried on through the beliefs and experiences that you have each interacted on with each other. The more you are aware of yourself, the more you are aware of universal unity consciousness. We are now ready for your questions.
Jen?
Hi. Over the weekend, I had the opportunity to visit Lake Michigan, which I've asked about before. This felt very divinely guided. And when I was there, I had some type of physical reaction. And I was wondering if you could tell me what occurred.
It appears as if you have been asking for some healing for yourself. Is this true?
Yes.
In a way, you are activating your own ability to heal self by interacting with the portal of energy within the water, as water is very clearing and healing for the human experience. And when you interact with water in a way that is aligned with your higher frequency truth, you not only activate the healing abilities of water, but you combined it with the healing abilities of yourself, your own physical vessel, and the soul frequency that you carry within the physical vessel. So in a way, what you can say is that you baptized yourself. You gave yourself an ability to feel your own power and energy and frequency by engaging with the water in a way that would give you the clarity of your own potential and power. This energy that you experience was a shift in your energetic field, which aligned you with more of your inner knowing and inner power and the ability to create your new reality through a healed understanding in the physical vessel and within your soul consciousness and thought forms. So you were guided to this place in this particular area to reactivate your own energetic field, but also to merge with the portal of energy that the water created for you, as you may not be fully aware that when you interacted with it, you actually created a ripple effect within the water system to reactivate parts of itself that bring healing upon the earth. And you were feeling the power of that taking place. So not only were you activating your own energy and healing your own physical vessel, you were bringing back a chakra into alignment for the earth as well. Does this make sense?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
My next question is if you could tell me why my son has a fear of water. We've been trying to teach him how to swim, and he's been scared.
This is because of Atlantis and the experience that he had there with the destruction of water being used as a part of that destruction. And in a past life, he did not survive because of water. If he were to clear out this energetic memory from his soul, he would be able to remember that he is safe in this timeline and would no longer need to worry about drowning in the water. We hope this helps.
How can I help him do that?
This is something that he will need to understand on his own as he walks out this experience. You cannot force another human, even a child, to move through an experience. However, if he were to learn to feel safe in his current body and realizing that he is in this timeline, in this body, then he would be less likely to interact with a past version of himself. And so, if you could teach him how to be more in the present moment and to tiptoe his way towards this experience and talk to his human body and remind his brain that he is in this current body right now, then this will help to give him safety in this current reality. As this is not necessarily something that took place in this current timeline, but something that has taken place in another timeline, and his soul appears to think that it is still happening to him. So, if he were to spend more time in the frequency of now and were to feel safe, gradually moving into the connection with water, maybe working with water in a cup for a while, understanding how the water's energy works, maybe doing some fun scientific experiences with water, and then expanding that to a kiddie pool, spending time in the water, feeling the safety of the water, learning that he is one with the water and that he can be safe with the water, and that what took place in that other timeline is not going to take place. He would gradually move his way into a broader, bigger part of water that you are wishing him to be in. Does this make sense?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Gina? I have 2 questions for Becca. The first one is, there was a bird that gained my boys and I's attention and interacted with us for a few minutes. Was this my mom, and was there a message that was being sent?
This was the frequency of your mother, and it was basically coming to say hello, but also to let you know that they are still with you, they are watching over you, and that they are proud of you as they have seen you moving towards more alignment for yourself, and they wanted to come and acknowledge that. And for you to understand that this version of that person that you call mother is now fully residing within the spirit realm and free. We hope that helps.
Yes. The second question for her is, why do we have nightmares, and why are some reoccurring?
Many of the things that you experience in your dreams are from other realities that you have lived in. Sometimes they are merging 2 realities at once. You may have a couple past lives that appear to pop into your current memory in this reality, and you might be playing things out in the quantum field of energy in your dream state. Sometimes you might even be acting as a guide for another version of yourself that is experiencing something dark to help them move out of it. However, we will tell you, as we look a little deeper into your unique experience and the dreams that you are having, your subconscious is attempting to show you areas of your life that you have remained connected to, or you have not fully released from your experience. Sometimes dark things appear to you only to show you a reflection of something that is in your energetic field, or a belief that you have about yourself or the experience that you are in currently. We encourage you to take this reoccurring experience and to sit with it and to shine some light within it to see what it is attempting to teach you. We can see that you are working with a healer at this time, and this healer would be able to help guide you into that journey if you were to allow that to take place. Part of this is just an attempt to reveal to you something that is keeping you stuck or from being in your full alignment and potential that you were working towards moving in this current reality and timeline. We hope that helps.
Ray? Hi, yeah, I'm just curious if I had a dragon energy that I was connected to at all.
Let us look. We do feel that there is a dragon energy. It appears as we look into your energetic field to the left side behind you is where we feel this energy for you. And it is a protective guard or guide for you. And it is walking with you to help you to see yourself more clearly. We hope that helps.
It does. Thank you.
Heather?
Yeah. I had a question. Are my two nieces star seeds?
Who are your two nieces?
Hold on, let us look. One of them does have starseed frequency within her. The other, not so much.
Is it the younger one?
Hold on. No, it would be the older one.
Okay, thank you. And then one more question. The soul that is coming into our family,
Yes.
brother, it's a star. He's a starseed.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mixie?
Hi. Last time you said that I came in with 2 guards on purpose, on a mission. Can you tell me who these guards are and more details on the mission, please?
Let us communicate with them for a moment to see what they would like to share with you at this time. These 2 guards have the ability to be what you desire. If you were to see them now, the way they are presenting themselves is very much like dragon-like or different than a human figure. We'll just say that. And they are often beside you, walking alongside you. They have been with you for many, many thousands of years as an ancient soul that has traveled throughout this galaxy and Earth many times to experience yourself and to also bring teachings to the Earth at times, as you have come from other planetary systems to support the Earth at times that it has been needed. So these 2 guards or guides that you have with you, you may even we know that this can feel very negative to a human because of the views that you have been given, but they do appear to be reptilian and as if they are benevolent, loving beings that are very protective of you. They have the ability to shapeshift and they have the ability to show up in your physical reality to work with you, which they have done at times. There have been moments you have met certain people that they have showed up to support you or guide you and to just simply say hi at times. So they do have the ability, we will say, to transform their energetic shape in order to feel aligned with what you would like them to appear as. So if you would like them to be dragons, we will say they are dragons at this time because that is what they first appeared to be when we looked into the energetic field. As far as your mission, you are here to expand the consciousness and the understanding of love through your voice and to share through your vocal tone and voice how to re-engage with love. You will be guided on how that will take place over time as you are currently in training and learning more about yourself and the frequency you hold. But over time, this will become more clear. We encourage you not to rush ahead, but to be in the moment, to have anticipation and excitement for the moment that this will unfold for you. Many of you here on earth have been in a period of waiting for the moment that you step into your full alignment and calling. All of the things around you are being shifted in order for this to take place. Do not fight against the shifts. If something seems to be falling away or shifting in your life, just trust. It will move you into the position that you need to be in order to have the influence that you are here to have. Does this make sense?
Yes, you're incredible. Thank you so much.
Well, you are incredible as well.
Deb?
Thank you. My first question is, I heard there was possibly some AI data centers going up in Oklahoma. And I was wondering, with all these AI data centers going up, how is this going to affect the indigenous throughout the United States and the world?
We understand the concern, and we are very well aware of what is taking place on your earth at this time. Hold on, before we tell you more, we need to communicate on what all we can share about this. There is understanding upon the earth the power that this frequency has over the human consciousness and the mind. Data centers that are being created throughout the earth are an attempt to remain in power or control and to keep the consciousness of humanity in a frequency where it does not fully awaken. However, we will say that you have all moved way too far for that to take place at this time. As you each continue to hold a higher frequency and believe for yourself, you will influence the energy. This is a touchy subject because the history of Earth has had these before. You may not be fully aware, but even in the ancient cultures, they did have these. However, they were not necessarily used as positive interactions. We encourage you at this time to collectively hold a belief that these data centers would not cause influence on your earth. And even though you may not be able to stop some of them from being created, you can collectively stop the frequency from impacting the energy around you. It is very hard for humans to understand this in the full capacity of understanding from a frequency in which we can see. But the experiences that you are having around you are a part of what you are meant to experience, to grow, learn, and understand yourself more. Nothing comes into your reality that has not been allowed in some capacity. So you can trust that over time, these things will become less and they will not necessarily be as big as you are being told they will be at this time. But remember, your responsibility in this is to not to give into the fear frequency that is being projected because of these, and to hold your light, understanding that you are a powerful being and you can shift anything outside of your reality as long as you have a full understanding within yourself. So we encourage all of those who are listening at this time to hold the frequency of love, light, and unified consciousness in order to shift the reality that you were living in, to create the ability for these to not be in your current existence. This is all we will share at this time.
Thank you. And my second question is, I went to water my plants today and there was 2 white bird feathers. Were they just there, or does that have a meaning?
What was the meaning to you?
I'm trying to figure out if somebody was letting me know that they're around me.
Well, then that is likely the meaning. What is interesting is that you attract these into your reality to give yourself messages. So yes, you were receiving a message from your loved one who was coming to say hello, and you can believe that to be true. Anything that you believe is true. Even the things that you don't want to believe, you create as truth in your reality. So when you have these interactions, synchronicities, or maybe see a couple feathers that appear in your reality, what pops in your head at that moment is usually and very likely the true meaning of it. Some people do not pay attention to their thoughts, so they may not be aware of what is coming into their mind when they have those synchronicities. But if you were to be more aligned with your thoughts, understanding how your thoughts are working, when you feel something, sense something, or maybe hear something in your mind, just trust. We hope that helps.
It does. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Gina? Hi, I've got a question. I feel like I'm picking up more and more on people's energy. And now I'm experiencing, not with everyone, but like certain people, I'll look into their face and I feel like I'm sensing like either guilt or sadness or shame. Like I'm starting to pick up on that, I feel like. Can you tell me if this is accurate or not? Or is this me projecting my own? Just want some clarity.
We are going to go about this in a couple ways to help explain this, because we think this will be helpful for all of you to understand. One, it is a reflection of you. However, as you shift your frequency, as you rise in your frequency, as you become lighter, more aware of self, more aware of your thoughts, more aware of the feelings that you have within yourself, the less they impact you. Because the awareness is what gives you the ability to transform these things. Sometimes humans are not even fully aware of why they feel a certain way or what the feeling really is. Understanding yourself gives you more awareness of the reality around you. Because you once held those same frequencies within you, when you would get around someone that has those frequencies, you're more likely to see them because you once understood them yourself. This often happens in healers. You will go through an experience and you will learn something, and you will understand the emotions, feelings, sensations, and the experience of that. And then when you are brought to someone else that has that same frequency experience within them, you will recognize it. And you will be able to reflect back to them their own pain or that energy that they are holding on to. This then allows that person to see it for themselves if they so choose to see it. So what is taking place is that you are recognizing within another what you have once held within you. Once something is transformed within your own energy, when you have shifted your own energetic field, it does not mean that those memories or frequencies completely go away. It's almost as if a resonance or a another version of you might be hanging out around you, that you can tap back into it any moment to remember, this is what it felt like to be in that experience. Now that I am not in that experience, or I have come out of it in a way that has allowed me to feel lighter and less connected to it, it does not mean that that version of you does not still exist. It just means that that version of you does not live in the current reality that you are in now. This is why when you go on healing journeys here on earth, sometimes you are all guided back to an experience that you had in a childhood memory or experience, or even a past life experience. That is because the soul frequency and the remembrance of that is still present. But the way you interact with that is how it impacts your current reality. So someone can have an experience in their life. It could cause anger, grief, sadness, many different emotions and feelings, sensations. And they could create an identity around these things and hold them within themselves to share with the world around them. And that will be what is reflected outward. Some people decide to stay in that for the remainder of their time here on earth. Other people, such as yourself and many of you that are present at this time, will allow something to come along, reflect it into your experience, and give you the understanding of what is holding you in a place that does not necessarily feel so great. Those of you that desire to shift your reality will then begin to work on releasing those feelings, sensations, and emotions, and shifting into a new version of yourself. This is very complicated to explain, but if you were to see from our point of view, we can see multiple versions of you on earth, as there are multiple different timelines. The third dimension is a very interesting dimension because it has so many layers of density within it that you could be at the deepest, darkest density of this experience and have no idea what the lightest frequency in this experience could be. But many of you have been through every layer of this. And when you have reached a point where you have broken through the barrier of the third dimension and are walking a little bit more fully in a fourth dimensional understanding, you can look back at third dimensional experiences or feelings and sensations within a person or a experience and see that density that is still being held there. When you see this, your job is simply to hold light and to understand that just as you had to walk your own experience, you are simply a vessel of light to help someone else find their way forward as well. Sometimes that requires interaction, and other times it just requires holding light without interacting. So this is what you are experiencing at the time, is you are noticing reflections of yourself, but not necessarily the current version of yourself. How does that sound?
Yep, you explained it perfectly. It all makes complete sense. Thank you so much.
Well, we know we did. So we are glad that you understood it.
Ray?
Yes, hi. My stepfather struggles with dementia, and we're curious if they split their time between Michigan and Florida, if there is a place that they stay that would help him be more at peace, or if that matters.
Is he currently moving back and forth between these two places?
Yes, like seasonally, twice a year.
Is there a reason for this?
Just better weather, change of scenery.
It appears as if there's some resistance going on in his human experience and vessel with letting go. Many humans on Earth at times will develop dementia when they know their time is coming soon. However, they are not willing to fully let go. There might be a responsibility or an idea of incompleteness from their life experience that they are hoping to complete. Giving him stability in one place would be beneficial. It does not necessarily matter which you choose. But for him, it is not necessarily about the location. It is more about what he's holding within him. The struggle to let go. It does not mean this will happen quickly. This means that he is teaching himself an experience through this as a human that develops this, what on earth you call illness, is simply giving that spirit the experience of tiptoeing back into the spirit realm and then tiptoeing back into the human realm. So they're living in two places at once is really what is happening. What you could do is speak to his soul, his higher self, communicate with his higher self, and see what it is that is causing this for him and why he is feeling the need to be in two places at once. Whether that is moving back into his body fully until the time he exits, or moving fully out of his body. However, understand that any experience another human's taking on is a part of something they want to learn for themselves. Even dementia gives a soul the ability to experience itself. Just like a baby, before it is born, the soul has the ability to come in and out of the body. Up until about 5, 6, or 7, a child has the ability to leave the body much more frequently than an adult human. This is because they have become less programmed by the human conscious mind and the ego. So they are more connected to their original form. They are more connected to their intuition and their consciousness, and they are more aware of their abilities. Over time, they forget and they merge more into the physical body, and less of their soul lives outside of the physical body. When a human is ready to exit, this can take place again, where the soul can come and go out of the physical body and have experiences outside the body and then inside the body, which appears as if they are suffering on your end. We will say this gently and kindly because this is something that humans may not fully grasp. They are not suffering, you are. Those of you that are around the person experiencing are suffering more because you want them to be different than the person that is having the experience. It does not mean that you do not take care of your loved one or spend time with them and support them through this journey. But let go of the idea that there's something wrong happening and understanding it is an experience that they are having. And this will also release the resistance for them as well. Does this make sense?
It does. Very, very interesting. Thank you.
We send you with love as we understand this is a hard thing to experience on earth. But just understand, all of you will be going back to the same place. And this is just a longer way of getting there. We hope it helps.
Thank you so much.
Hi, this is Mandy. I have a question. What is a new earth relationship, as in like a romantic relationship? I heard Angie mention this last week, and I was wondering if you could give me more information on it.
We may have to look into Angie's brain to see what she said to understand what it is. Hold on. There it is. We will share this. You have all emphasized romantic relationship because it's something that allowed you as humans to interact with each other to procreate, to make babies, we will say. Romantic relationships in the third dimension allowed you to connect with another human in a way where you felt love. You felt a deeper connection with that human, and that then gave you the ability to co-create together and to have an experience together and to find unity, consciousness together. Romantic relationship is not necessarily just about the co-creation and the experience together. It is also a reflection of love, a reflection of yin and yang, a reflection of connection, a reflection of God. That is why in some of your religious texts that have been created, there's a big emphasis on these relationships. Because when this dimension first began to be experienced, it was important that you did procreate and create more of yous, little humans, we will say. However, over time, you have noticed, and you might notice now in your current reality, there are less and less and less experiences of procreation. Have you noticed this?
Yes.
This is because of the ascension. There is less need to make more humans as you all ascend, because you are ending karmic cycles. You are ending the need to come back into the third dimension to have an experience. So as you ascend, less and less procreation is going to take place. That is why many women and men are not engaging in that romantic relationship the way they have. You will see many women on earth at this time shifting into a new understanding of love for themselves, for each other. And the experience they are seeking is much different than what they were seeking prior to this timeline, because it was about survival and procreation. It is no longer about survival because you are all beginning to understand the power within. As humans continue to ascend and understand themselves more closely and universally, there will be less need for that kind of connection, and it will become more of a unified consciousness. And if you want to call it romantic consciousness, you can. Love is going to change. Love is going to look different. Love is not going to be as conditional as it has been on earth in the third dimension. Love is completely different in the fifth dimension. There is no heavy value placed on it where you need to be or do or act in a certain way to receive it. Because each of those souls that reside within a fifth dimensional understanding hold so much love within themselves for themselves. The reflection they share with the collective around them is love. And therefore, if you could imagine a group of humans all reflecting love within self, everything's a mirror of self. So you are creating a very unified consciousness of love where there is no condition, we will say. Now, in the fifth dimension, you are not fully in a higher frequency. You have not fully let go of some of the conditions, but the conditions are going to be very much different than they are currently. It is not that you will not have romantic connections. It is that the purpose of these romantic connections are going to shift and change, and there's going to be less likely a need for it to take place the way that it has in the third dimension, because the procreation will be different. Even the way you engage in the sexual act will be different. It will not necessarily be for selfishness, but for purpose, for connection. As the higher frequency you get into, the less of these physical things take place. We are non-physical beings. Many of us that hold the frequency of the wisdom keepers come from non-physical realities. The only reason you may think we are a form is because we allow you to see us in the closest form we can think in our existence, to show you what it appears to be in our understanding of frequency. But if you were to see us in our original form, we are simply light beings without form, maybe a glow. That is why many spirits show up as orbs around you, because they are not physical. As you continue to ascend, that is going to take place for the human body as well. You are not going to be physical beings. You are going to be energetic beings engaging with one another, and therefore less likely to need the act of procreation to create more of yourself. As death and life are going to be very different in this dimension as well, and many will live much, much longer than you have in the third dimension. Up to 1,000 years sometimes. In your reality now, that sounds like torment. We understand. But in pure bliss and love, it is a blink. It's just a simple, loving experience to have. So, as you each are learning more about love in yourself, you will reflect that in your current reality with your partners, your friends, those that you engage with on a daily basis. Some of you will continue to choose romantic connections because your job is to continue to create that within your own experience, either to clear karma energy out or to have a new experience for yourself, to reflect back to yourself the own love that you have within you, to enhance one another and to help one another grow. And some of you will choose not to engage in this type of connection and understand that all the connections you have with you, whether that be platonic or romantic, are all a reflection of you and a romantic relationship. We hope this helps.
Yes, I love that so much. My next question, I am curious if a being here in the 3D can predict dates. I heard a prediction for Friday the 13th, which was April of 2029. Is that possible for somebody to know anything like that?
Well, that sounds fun. This is, okay, we will say it like this. We're trying to be kind. Dates are not necessarily dates. How do you know that today is today? How do you know what year it is? Who told you it was 2026? A calendar? Who told you It is this time right now. The sun, everything about your existence is energy. What you put into the reality around you creates what reflects back to you. There are things in reality in your timeline on Earth that are destined to take place because there are agreements on a conscious level throughout the entire universe that this will happen. But as far as an exact moment in time, it is not necessarily in your reality possible to pinpoint that date in the way that you think it may be. Even a person on Earth that acts as a psychic or a medium will only get premonitions of energy around time periods and not necessarily the exact moment in time. You may hear a date, but the date will say 14, could be anything around that time. It could be the day before, the day after, or even a year later. Because time does not exist outside of your reality. You create time. You are the one that made it. What do you want to do with it? Why you have it and your ability to move around in? Instead of trying to predict something, why don't you try to align with something that you would like to take place in your reality? And the more that humans align with that, the more the things that are already destined to take place will come quicker. Because you are the creators of the reality that you are in. You are responsible for this. It does not mean that things that are destined will not take place. They will take place because that is the agreement that you have had in the collective consciousness. But the timing of it is based on you all and the beliefs and exchanges of energy you have with one another and toward yourself. Does this make sense?
Yes, it does. And my last question, I've been having some ascension symptoms for over a month now. Tired, feeling really out of it, among other things. Am I picking up on somebody else's energy, or am I transmuting energy? Or can you give me any information on that?
We do see that you are working out some energetic connections you've had with some other humans in your life. It would be beneficial for you to spend a little bit more time clearing your energy, maybe working with the element of water to do so. However, understanding that in order for this to release, there is also a element of healing that is needing to take place, mostly towards yourself. The way that you see yourself, the way you love yourself, and the way that you have experienced yourself, and the many different versions that you have been in this current reality. As you have been different humans in this existence, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
So each of them are shedding a layer of that energy that was created within that part of your version in order to help bring this current version into a higher frequency. So in some ways, this has actually been a gift for you to experience so that you can see areas that are still being lingering around your energetic field or holding on, and ask, why is this still holding on to me? What is it trying to reflect to me? What am I afraid of? What am I holding back from? What am I not allowing? And then those things will lose their grip and shift out of your reality. So look at this as an opportunity to enhance your light and the love that you carry within yourself. As we say that, we feel from some of you that you have this need to do things perfectly. You dive into these experiences where you are going to transmute energy into light, and you do it from an ego effort. It is not that you cannot involve the ego. The ego plays a beautiful, important role in your human experience. But what we would like to reflect back to you is that never helped you heal. Love is how you heal. The less you criticize yourself, the less you look at the things you do not like about yourself, the less that you focus on what you want to change, and the more you look at what you want to be, the more you create that. Does this make sense?
Yes.
So
I think, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We will reflect this to you all at this time. Love is always the answer. Even the things that you do not like, the things you wish to be different, are transformed by the light of love. Not from ego love, not from control, not from manipulation or criticism, but trust in the frequency of unity, consciousness, love. We have greatly enjoyed this experience with you all. We look forward to having more conversations with you. And we leave you with the mantra, I am love. Thank you. Oh, man. Okay. Man, I feel a little out of it right now. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Recording.
All right. Thank you for hanging out on YouTube. I appreciate it. And I'll be back next Wednesday and do a channeling then, 5:30 p.m. Central Time. All right. Bye, guys.